Hi everyone, welcome to Unacademy. This is Abhijit, your faculty for QR, and today our topic of discussion is algebra. Under algebra, we are going to see inequalities. See, from our childhood, we have this habit of balancing the equations. Okay, would have seen x plus y is equal to 2. Even in your linear equation, you have seen x plus y is equal to z or x plus y is equal to 5. You'll get another equation. So whenever you face the equations, all the equations has been balanced somewhere or the other. I'll give you a very simple example. For example, take this x plus y is equal to 5. What is happening here? The equation is being balanced. This is your LHS. This is your RHS. But this particular topic, inequalities, will change this particular perspective that the equation is not only balanced but can have different signs. Okay, that we'll see in our current topic. This is more or less about the introduction that we are going to have for this particular chapter. So moving on, we will get today inequalities, your intro, your basic concepts. We'll see some properties which will be very much helpful. Except 3 to 4 properties, you don't need to remember anything. One very most important point which I always iterate for my students is you should definitely see my absolute value class, because absolute values and inequalities are always combined together. Your GRE has a favorite topic when they combine these two concepts and they present in front of you in the form of a questions that you will see in our coming slides. So we'll do some in practice questions. So just now, whatever I was discussing in mathematics, equations are not always about being balanced on both sides with an equal to symbol. Just now we have seen always the equation is not going to be this. Okay, sometimes it can be that an LHS is not equal to RHS. Your left hand side currently equal to your right hand side, but this will not going to be always the case. Okay, not possible always. There can be instances where LHS is not equal to your RHS. Okay, so this term we call as inequality, where both sides are not equal, unequal. Okay, see the word inequalities. So it is not going to be equal. Your left hand, your right hand is not going to be equal. It is always going to be unequal. Another basic layman term, if I can use it, this is the most basic definition that I can tell you. Inequalities are the mathematical expression in which both sides are not equal. In unlike in equation, we compare two values. So generally we have, suppose x plus y is equal to 5. So what if we replace this? If we're replacing this, we get x plus y greater than 5, x plus y less than 5, x plus y is greater than equal to 5, x plus y less than equal to 5, x plus y not equal to 5. So these are the only inequalities that you are only going to deal with this particular chapter. There are no other inequality sign that you need to worry about. This is your greater than, this is your less than, this is greater than equal to, this is less than equal to, this is not equal to. Okay, always remember this is the only thing that you are going to encounter in a particular chapter. Now, if I give a small example, suppose I have been given that Alia is selected in the under 19 cricket team. So with this, what you can understand, what equation I can form is Alia definitely has to be less than equal to 19, because under 19 cricket team means her age has to be either 19 or less than 19. If she is more than 19, she cannot be selected for under 19 cricket team. Now, inequalities are mostly about your conditions. Algebra are mostly about your conditions. Based on your conditions, your answers are going to vary. We'll see here itself. If I tell you here that this is one condition that has been provided, so you have got that x is less than equal to 19 or Alia's age is less than equal to 19. Now, if somebody tells you that Alia has been, like Alia's current age definitely has to be greater than 18, example, okay, or she has reached an age where she can vote, or she is an adult. If like the statement has been provided, you will understand that she is greater than 18 or might be greater than equal to 18. Either of the things can happen based on the condition. I'm just giving an example. If this is the case, understand this: less than equal to 19 means it can be 19, greater than equal to 18 means it can be 18 or 19. So with these conditions, I'll get two answers. Either Alia can be 18 or 19. If I remove this symbol, my answer will change. She can only be 19. This will go out of the picture. So based on my conditions, my answers are going to change. So it is a very well said one quote in your algebra, that always keep your enemies together. That means whenever you see your conditions, if you're solving something, keep your answers on the topmost side or the bottom side. And whenever you get any answer, cross verify with your statements or the whatever conditions has been provided to you. If it matches those conditions, your answer is correct. If somewhere it is negating or somewhere it is not matching, then your answer is incorrect. Please go and solve your questions correctly. Okay, this is all and all about inequality. We'll see some good properties that is going to help you solving the questions. Now, the most important thing in inequalities will be your properties. And again, I am repeating your absolute value. I have already discussed very clearly in my absolute value chapter what are absolute value, what are the properties. Here we'll just use those properties to solve the questions. So this means P is not equal to Q, means P is not equal to Q. Same symbol what I have given: P is less than Q, P is less than Q, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Now there are different type of inequalities. Polynomial inequalities. Polynomial inequalities means x plus y is less than 5 or x plus y is greater than a plus b. This is nothing but your polynomial. You know what is a polynomial? Where you have multiple terms. Absolute value inequalities, you know, something like mod x is greater than 5. This is nothing but your absolute value inequalities, rational equalities. If it goes with your numbers, okay, if it goes with your numbers, then that is called as rational inequalities. But we need to deal only with these two inequalities here. I hope I am being clear to all of my students. We learn everything in a very basic. Now, rule 1: when inequalities are linked up, you can jump over the middle inequalities. I'll give you a very lively and simple example. Now we know here that 3 is less than 5 and 5 is less than 8. Definitely we know that 3 is less than 8, because 3 is less than 5 and 5 already is less than 8. So definitely if I eliminate this particular, still my sign is this only. So if everywhere the sign is this, you can just put a single sign and you can write your answer. Same thing has been provided here. If P is less than Q, Q is less than D, then definitely P is less than D. Now in equalities, if suppose I have given X is less than Y, okay, and you add same number on both sides, the inequality condition, that is the sign, will not change. It will not happen that this side will become greater than this side. What is the simple example I can give you? If I have Ranveer and if I have Alia, okay, both I have given, one has 10 rupees, another has 15 rupees. Now if I give 5 rupees extra to both of them, what will happen, guys? What will happen here is this will be 15, this will be 20. You can see that the inequality sign is never changing because it is increasing in the same proportion. So both will have the increment in the same. Even if you do a subtraction also, the same thing will happen. If I take 5 rupees from here, same thing will happen. 5 less than 10. So you don't need to worry about either you are adding on same number on both sides or you are subtracting same number on both sides. Nothing is going to change. Now, if you multiply number P and Q by a positive number, there is no change again. So here, if I do it, X is less than 5. If I multiply this equation by 2, if I multiply this equation by 2, I will get 2x is less than 2y. Okay. So since I have multiplied with the same number, nothing is going to change. Take a small example. 2 is less than 4. Multiply by 2, you will get 4 is less than 8. You will get 4 is less than 8. But what happens if I multiply it with minus 2? So you will tell, sir, it will be minus 4 less than minus 8. Sir, this is not possible because from our LKG, UKG, we know that in the number line, if your number is closer to 0, suppose minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So we all know that minus 4 is less than minus 3. This is a well-known fact to all of us. If you are not aware, still you can, I have told you that minus 1 is the greater, then minus 2, then minus 3, then minus 4, minus 5 and all. So this is not possible. So if you multiply any inequality with a negative sign, the sign is going to change. So here minus 4 is greater than minus 8. This is your correct inequality. So here is the same rule. If you multiply both p and q by a negative number, the inequality swaps. P less than q becomes p greater than q after multiplying by minus 2. If you do it by positive number, nothing happens. If you multiply by a negative number, the inequality is going to swap, guys. Please remember, this is the most important rule in your inequalities. So this will help you a lot in understanding inequalities and solving most of your questions. Same thing if I am doing here, as if I'm multiplying by minus 2, instead of minus 2, I'll multiply with minus. So same thing will happen. The inequality sign will change out. We'll see some questions. And once you see this, you will be clear with what I was trying to tell you guys. Now, rule number 5. The rule number 5 is, suppose I have x less than y. And if I take a reciprocal, divide both sides, so the inequality sign is going to change. Okay, so the thing is like that. 2 is less than 3. We all know this is correct. If I take 1 by 2 and if I don't change my sign, what will happen here, guys, is 0.5 will become less than 0.3, which is not possible. You all know that 0.5 is greater than 0.3. So if the numerator is higher, it goes to the denominator, the whole expression becomes lower. So this is what we have to use the concept, and we have to change the inequality. Okay, so this is what inequalities is more or less all about. On last inequality is, if p is less than equal to q, take under root. Your inequality sign will not change if you take a under root. Okay. We'll see some questions that will help you in understanding the concept. So this is our first question. I'll solve it for you guys, so don't worry at all. Just now I told you, absolute value and inequalities cannot be taken away. Okay, so we'll see some normal polynomial and absolute values. Okay, now I have been provided with 2x minus 4 is less than 6. Now I have told you in my absolute value class, in a very simple manner, if you get this type of equation, what you need to, if you open the modulus value, it will become fx less than a will become minus a. If it is less than equal to, you just need to put less than equal to. This is very simple form I have discussed with you. We all know what is an absolute value. I am taking minus of, I am asking the absolute. If I put this to bar here, I am asking what is the absolute value of this particular number, and absolute value always comes without the sign, so it will be 5. Okay, I am ignoring minus in this case. Why we ignore minus? Because we ask them what is the absolute value. Absolute value means there is no mixing of minus or plus. Okay, there is no mixing of minus or plus in that. We don't bother whatever the sign is, we just need what the value is. That's it. If you see my absolute value class, you'll confirm, you'll know everything what I have taught about. This is one of the questions asked in your previous year paper. Slight modification I always do. So if I use this, what will be my case here, guys? Minus 6 less than 2x minus 4 less than 6. So I've told you, if I add plus 4 on all sides, nothing is going to change. So I'll add plus 4. I will put here 2x. Will go plus 4 minus 4 will get out, and here I will get 10. 6 plus 4. So here I will get minus 2 less than 2x less than 10. Divide by 2 on both all sides, nothing is going to change. X less than 5. So this is my Simple answer. If you know inequality, if you know this particular absolute value, there is no way you are going to do any questions incorrectly. Now, there is one more way to do that, which I have taught you in my absolute value class. We'll see this another method in this particular question also. So mod of x minus 3 is greater than 7. Again, guys, if you remember, I have given you fx greater than a, and always remember a is greater than 0, then only all my conditions apply. So what will happen? Here I have to put fx greater than a, or fx, I can put here x less than minus. This is how you need to open this particular absolute value. If you get it, please go and see my absolute value class. I have discussed each and every properties very clearly. Okay, so now if I open it like this, what I'm going to get here is x minus 3 is greater than 7, or x minus 3 less than minus 7. So here I will get x less than 10, 3 will go this side, there is no change anything. Here I will get x less than minus 7 plus 3, so I will get x less than minus 4. So none of these is my answer because none which matches nothing. So x is less than minus 4, x is greater than 10. So if by using the property 2 line you can solve it. Another way of doing is the basic concept of absolute value, which I have told you, that with absolute value it is always positive, but x minus 3 can be positive or it can be negative. Okay, we don't know what it is because once you put absolute value symbol, it means I'm only asking for positive values, but x minus 3 could have been negative, could have been positive. So two conditions will open. If this is positive, it will open as a positive symbol, so x minus 3 will open positive 7, x is greater than 10. So you just see the condition, x is greater than 3, x is greater than 10. Definitely I am satisfying my condition, so it is correct. Now x minus 3 is less than 0, so it will open as negative sign, minus x minus 3. So it will open as greater than 7. So here I can change my sign, multiply minus on both sides. It will be less than minus 7. So x will be less than minus 4. So same answer, whatever I am getting here, I will also get here. Only thing I have used the basic concept of absolute value, that this particular function can be positive or can be negative. Okay, it can take both values. If you see my absolute values class, you can understand it very clearly. Mod x, okay, if mod x is greater than 5, we know that x can be greater than 0 or x can be less than 0. X is greater than 0, this will open as plus x. If less than 0, we all know it will open as minus x. Very simple in that particular fashion. If you are forgetting the rules, still you have alternate option, but only thing is that you should have understood the concept very clearly. So we have used most of the things that we have discussed till now. Now 3 is less than equal to 6 by x plus 1 less than equal to 6. Now we have already seen if x is less than y, if I take a reciprocal, my sign is going to change. Since my x is on the denominator, I want it in the numerator so that I can solve the equations. So what I need to do is I need to take a reciprocal for all. So 1 by 3 less than equal to x plus 1 by 6 less than equal to 1 by 6. Multiplying by 6 in full equation, what I am going to get here, 6 by 3 less than equal to 6 into x plus 1 by 6 x than equal to 1 by 6. So 3 2 I will get here. So what will happen here is I need to give here as minus 1 on all sides. 1 is less than equal to x less than equal to. Okay. So that 1 is moved out. So minus 1, minus 1. So add, subtracting or adding anything doesn't alter the sign. Okay. So if you know this simple concept, this question was mere, it's a cakewalk for you. Okay. Now this is one of the most important question. Why? Because people know how to solve an equation which is balanced. X plus y is equal to 5 and x minus y is equal to 3. If I add those two, I will get 2x is equal to 2 and I will get x is equal to 1. I will put x is equal to 1. I will get y is equal to 4. So with this, I will get my answer. Okay. So I'm just discussing as a common. I'm not solving anything here. Just I am telling here. This is how you solve a linear equations. What if I have an inequality sign? Can I perform mathematical operations on my inequalities? Yes, sir, you can definitely do it. How you can do it is 4a plus 2b is less than n, 4b plus 2a is greater than n. Only thing you need to remember while performing mathematical operation on any inequalities is that both the signs should be in the similar way. Like either it should be greater than or less than or greater than equal to less than equal to. You cannot have two different symbols and then you can do a mathematical operation. No, sir, it's not possible. So what we are going to do here itself, I am going to tell you is 4a. Let me do it from here. I can do it from here itself. So I have 4a plus 2b is less than n. Okay. Now here I have 4b plus 2a greater than m. Okay. Now what I will do here is I will make this as less than. So I'll multiply minus on both sides. Minus 4b minus 2a less than minus a. We know that if I multiply minus, fill the whole equation, the symbol is going to change. So here it will be minus 4b. Let me write minus in front of minus. I can write this equation as minus 2a minus 4b less than minus m. Simple thing, I have to just rearrange it, nothing more than that, less than minus m. So now I need b minus a. Okay. So what do I need to do here is I can just add it. So I will get here 2a minus 2b less than n minus m, but I need b minus a. So I'll take 2 as common, multiply minus 2 on both sides. So let me take 2 as common. First, let me put here a minus b less than n minus m. So a minus b less than n minus m by 2. That's it. Now I need b minus a. You guys all know if I multiply with minus on both sides, if I multiply with minus on both sides, I'm going to get minus will become minus plus minus a. The inequality sign is going to change here also, m minus n by 2. So b minus a is greater than m minus n by 2. Second option is my answer. Okay. Simple thing, if you need to solve any inequalities with a mathematical operation like you do for a linear equations or your quadratic, whatever you want to do, both the equations, both the system of equations should have similar symbol. So if they are not in similar phase, what I am going to do is I am going to multiply with the minus sign. With the minus sign, what is going to happen for you is it is going to change my inequality symbol. If I am changing the inequality symbol, what will happen is I just need to solve it again like a normal equation and do it. Okay, this is one of the most important concept because people miss out. They don't focus on the mathematical operation of inequalities, but guys, you can definitely do it. Okay, it is all about the awareness. Now, simple thing, if you remember this, you are done again with this particular question. Fx is greater than 3 or fx is less than minus 3. So it is like a similar thing, only thing my fx is this whole function. So here I can open it as x minus 3 minus 4 greater than 3, or I can write as x minus 3 minus 4 less than minus 3. So here I can write as x minus 3 greater than 7 and mod of x minus 3 less than minus 3 plus 4, that is plus 1. Okay. Now mod of fx is greater than 3. Again, you can break it in two patterns, this and this. It is all about applying your particular properties. So again, x minus 3 is greater than 7, or x minus 3 less than minus 7. So x is greater than 10. X is less than minus 7 plus 3, it is minus 4. So this is what solution I have got from one side. Now let me see other side. So here you all know mod of fx less than a, and a is greater than 0. So minus of a greater than fx is less than a. So here I will open minus 1 less than x minus 3 less than 1. Now add plus 3 on all sides. Now inequality sign will not change. So if I add plus 3 minus 1, I will get 2 here, I will get x here, plus 3 plus 1, 4. So either this or this is going to be your answer. Looks like a very difficult question, but if you just know this particular properties, only two properties is the Bible for your absolute value and your simple concept. If x is greater than something a, or whatever it is, less than a, whatever it is, or mod x is equal to a, so x will open as positive. X is greater than 0, it will open as negative, that is minus x. If x is less than 0, this whole value will be positive always, because I have asked for once I put this symbol, I means I am asking for only absolute value. But inside this, the x can take either plus 5 or minus 5. So it can take both values, that is possible. So with my live class and my recording class, I have covered each and every property, all the previous year questions from your official guides. Also, I have covered some of the questions. So I hope I am being clear to all my students. Go back, see the recordings, practice on your own. Once you do it, you are thorough with this particular chapter. There is no way, if you see my recording and my live classes, you will never ever miss a questions in your GRE exam. So thanks everyone for watching this particular video.